What's up, everyone? Hope you're all doing well. It's a beautiful day here in London. It's pretty cloudy, but you know what? Really enjoyed today. Had some very productive tasks which I got done. I've still got a lot to do today, but this is one of them. I wanted to make this video, and essentially today's video is pretty simple. Learn to stop giving a fuck. All right, so let's get straight into it. How to stop giving a fuck, guys, and how to actually learn to let go. So for me, this took a lot of time. This is not going to happen tomorrow. You're not going to learn this information today, or there's going to be maybe this video and other videos that are probably out there as well, which are on this topic or a similar topic to this. You're not going to learn them all. You're not going to apply at once and it all change for you tomorrow morning. Like, you're going to magically learn to let go of everything and manifest everything that you wanted. It's not going to happen like that. It's going to take some time. And the way it takes time is by you just having to stick towards the process. You hear a lot of people talk about, especially in these motivational videos, learn to not quit, learn to never give up. They say those things for a reason, because as long as you know within yourself that you're not going to give up, that you're not going to quit, whatever it is you're going after, if it's a goal, if it's a relationship, if it's whatever it may be, right? If there's something that you're going after and you're not going to give up, you will eventually attain that, as long as you keep your mind in the process and do all that you can to actually make it happen. I've set goals and I've only focused on the goal. I thought that law of attraction worked like the movie The Secret, that you just sit there and and just visualize, and it would just come to you and you would just obsess over wanting that thing. Here's the thing, guys. When you do that, you put it on a pedestal. Great example for putting something on a pedestal is if you take a celebrity. Let's say you saw, I don't know, Robert Downey Jr. First thing that came to mind, I watched a video. I think he did an interview with Joe Rogan. I watched a video, this clip this morning, and he was talking some great sense, actually. He was actually talking about moving out of your own way. It was amazing, which is why I decided, I guess, to do this video today. He was talking about some amazing things on that video. Now, I digress with that. Now, let's say you just take Robert Downey Jr. If you see him out in public and you go over to him and you're acting like a fan, right? Or maybe it's not you. Maybe you just see someone else just going fangirl or fanguy all over him. Just be like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, it's Robert Downey Jr. Oh my god, it's Iron Man. Shit! Bro, how are you doing? Oh my god, you're like my idol. Oh my days, I can't believe I'm seeing you in the flesh. It's Robert Downey Jr. Oh my god. How is he gonna feel? How is he gonna feel when you're doing all of that? Let's say you were Robert Downey Jr. How would you feel? Really, just think about it. At the beginning, fair enough, whatever, but just think, how would he feel? The amount of times, his popularity, he's probably at that point in his life where he enjoys more peace. He's gonna be a bit shocked. He's like, yo, like, chill F out, man. It's just me. Like, I'm only just a human being. If you're like overly fangirling and fanboying him, it's like, it's a bit too much. It kind of pushes him back a bit. The other situation would be if you saw him, just go over to him and say, hey, Robert, man, it's so cool to see you, honestly. I gained so much inspiration from you, from XYZ. You just talk to him like a normal person, and you just treat him like a friend. You'd be like, what are there any projects you're working on right now? Whatever. I don't know. I've never met a celebrity, so I don't know what I'd be like. I might be fangirling. I'm not sure. But look, what I'm trying to say with that is that the first example is going to push someone away. Second example, it probably calm Robert down a bit and would allow you to have a bit more of a conversation with them, because you'd be more open to having a conversation. It's the same thing with anything else. If you are obsessive over it, just like crazy, and putting it on a pedestal, it's gonna be so hard for you to get, right? So learning to let go. First of all, before learning to let go, you want to take whatever it is off a pedestal. I took my goals off a pedestal. I took the body that I wanted off a pedestal, and I'm obviously still in the process of getting there. If you want something, you'll never have it. And if you have something, you will never want it. Shit blew my mind when I don't even know if I read it, if I came up with it, I'm not sure. But you know what? If you don't see it anywhere else, then I came up with it, because I don't know. But look, it blew my mind. It still blows my mind today. If you want something, you'll never have it. But if you have something, you'll never want it. Right? So when it comes down to it, when we when we don't want what we already have. We don't want it. We don't want what we already have. But if we want something, we're telling our subconscious that we're in lack. And if you're telling your subconscious you're in lack, look, subconscious doesn't know the difference between right and wrong. Doesn't know the difference between yes and no, and it just understands what you tell it. We can tell ourselves, oh, I really want this and I really want that, but the subconscious mind doesn't understand it. So if you're saying that, it basically, the message it's trying to get from it is like, oh, I'm in lack, so okay, we'll just give more lack. We'll manifest more of that lack. But when you feel like you already have it, it's a different story. But the way you feel like you already have it is, first of all, you need to learn to take things off a pedestal. Learn to take things off a pedestal. Once you do that, it's a lot easier, right? It's your first step. Now you need to start learning to let go. And the learning to let go, the easiest way to do that is starting to focus more on the process. So if you are trying to go after a goal, for me, it took me so long to actually start seeing some results in my body, because at the beginning I was putting it on a pedestal. After a while, what I started to do was that I started to say, okay, I want to get to this goal. I want to get to this goal right now, right? But realistically, if I'm saying that, it's like I'm trying to rush it, and I'm trying to force it again, right? I'm trying to force something to happen. It's like trying to force a date or force a conversation. It doesn't flow, does it? You just kind of want to move away from that. You don't really want anything to do with it. So what I had to do is I had to learn to let go of that outcome. I'll be like, look, you know what? Look, what I'm doing right now, I need to learn to let go of that. Look, guys, it might not just be external things. You might need to learn to let go of your identity. You might need to learn to let go of old habits, old belief systems. You might need to learn to let go of that as well. I had to learn to let go of some of that. In terms of the way I was eating, I had this belief that, carbs are okay for me. But look, I mean, that might have been the case for me 3-4 years ago. And I was modeling the way I was eating about 6 months ago, not 6 months ago, but 2-3 months ago. The way I was eating back then, I was kind of modeling that off of how I was 2-3 years ago, but I was completely different 2-3 years ago. I was in a completely different shape completely different shape. I was a lot leaner, and my, I guess, sensitivity to carbs was pretty high. So I was able to, my body was able to utilize them well. But obviously recently that wasn't the case. So I had to learn to let go of that, and then actually understand, shit, what do I need to do? So I let go of certain beliefs and an identity about myself, and I let go of the goal. I understand, look, I want the goal, but look, if I just keep saying I want it and I'm not doing anything about it, I need to fix up. I need to fix up on that. So what's the next step? It's focusing on the process. So I started to focus on the process. I started to do my research, and I came across a ketogenic diet, which it might not work for everyone, but for me, definitely, in the state my body was in, I knew I needed to pay attention to that. It talks about insulin resistance and how carbs have a certain effect on your body if you have too much of it over time. And so when I just said, you know what, 3 days I'm going to study this thing, and if I find something in this which just makes sense, or if I find multiple things in this which make sense, then I'm really going to apply it to myself, and I'm really going to go all in with this. And that's exactly what I did. I studied it. I was like, literally the first day I was like, I'm going for this. I'm doing it. And my head was just focused on the process. And I studied everything I could in terms of like how your cells, absorb certain nutrients, and how insulin resistance works, and how insulin doesn't allow your cells to absorb stuff properly, and what mitochondria is, and all fat adaptation, and all of these different things. I literally went like brainiac mode on this, guys. It was ridiculous, because I was obsessed to want to change it. I wanted to change it, and I had the goal, and I had the desire and intention to want to do that, but I had to learn to first let go and actually focus on the process. And once I started focusing on the process, guys, the results came through hard. I'm on my 5th week of keto now. In the last 5 weeks, I have dropped about 12 or 13, I think about 13 pounds I've dropped. 13 pounds of pure body fat. My muscle mass is good. I'm fitting into my old clothes again. I can start seeing some definition. My V tapper is coming back. I lost a lot of fat around my midsection, because that's where a lot of my fat was building up. My numbers in the gym are good. I'm feeling more focused and alive. This came from literally focusing on the process, and I learned to let go of everything else. I had my intention. I know what I wanted. I know what my intention was. I want to get to 12% body fat. That's my intention. My intention is 12% body fat. That's the goal. Great. I learned to let go of that and now focus on the process. Guys, I'm telling you, start learning to focus on the process. Whatever it is, if it's going after a relationship, learn to focus on the process. Think about it. Ask yourself some empowering questions. All right, cool. I want a girlfriend. Okay, I want a boyfriend. Okay, it depends on the kind of relationship you want. Do you just want any other relationship, or do you want a new relationship? Do you want an empowering relationship? If you do, start asking yourself, what do you want in the guy? What do you want in the girl? And once you've asked yourself those questions and have that description, be that person. Start becoming that person. Because guys, when I started to do that with this keto thing in my body and everything, I wasn't just like, all right, I'm going to do this so I can get the goal. I completely just let go of the goal. I was like, look, this is who I am. I train 7 times a week. That's who I am. I'm on this keto diet. That's who I am. I know it's not going to be forever. I will cycle on carbs on and off, but this is who I am. I'm strict on my eating. This is who I am. This is my discipline. I am consistent. I am disciplined. I am focused. This is who I am. And when you start doing those things and you start becoming it, you will start to attract whatever it is that you want. So again, it will be like that for a relationship. Become the person worthy of attracting that relationship. Now, I'm not saying you're not worthy. I'm not saying you're not deserved. You already are deserved. You already are worthy. And you should be telling yourself that. But what you also need to do is you need to essentially think about it like this. This is going to be a bit crazy, but it's quantum physics, right? It's quantum physics. Long story short with this is that in the quantum realm, so to speak, there is infinite realities, right? And if there's infinite realities in this quantum realm, what's going to happen? In these infinite realities, there are infinite versions of you. There is a version of you where you do have that lifestyle, that boyfriend, girlfriend, the money, whatever it is. You have that. But what you need to learn to do is that you need to understand, okay, that's a reality, but you are a specific person in that reality. Who are you? Are you someone who trains 7 times a week, if we're talking about health, right? Are you someone who trains 7 times a week? Are you someone who looks after their organs as well, taking certain things to look after your stomach and your heart and your kidneys and your liver and stuff like that? Who are you in that sense? In terms of when it comes down to business, are you someone who works X amount of hours a day? Are you someone who's process driven? Are you someone who is, do you see what I'm saying? Like these habits, what habits does that person have? Because for me, I'm obsessed over habits, because habits, I know, define success. Habits define success, full stop. So when it comes down to it, you want to be able to focus on your habits. And the way to do that is understand, what does that version of me who already has the goal and has the lifestyle, the girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever it is, what does that person do on a day-to-day basis? How does that person live? See, now you're forgetting about the goal. You have the intention for it, but your focus is on the process. Your focus is on, who do I need to be and who do I need to become and what do I need to do to then have? Right? It's not have, do, and then be. It's be, do, and then have. And that's how that shift will happen for you. And it won't happen straight away. It took me some time. I'm still very stupid early stages of this, but I'm starting to see some definite progress in other areas of my life as well. It's absolutely beautiful. So with that being said, guys, that's essentially the end of the video. Hope you found value from it, and share it with someone if you definitely found value from it, or if you find that other people find value from it. Please comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, because I do tend to send out posts on a regular basis. And yeah, I guess with that being said, guys, I appreciate all of you. I love you all, and I will catch you on the next video.